We're back in Dallas at SEC Media Days for 2024 this Thursday afternoon. Just heard from Mike Elko, the head football coach at Texas A&M. First year back at College Station, where he once was a defensive coordinator after 2 seasons at Duke. Of course, Texas A&M has proof positive that money alone doesn't buy championships. They spent a lot of money on former coach Jimbo Fisher before firing him last season. He went 46 and 27, 27 and 22 in the SEC. Not good enough at Texas A&M, obviously. So they turned to Elko, who in 2 years at Duke was very impressive, going 17 and 9. Takes over a team that was 7 and 6 last season, 0 and 4 away from home, had 3 close losses by a touchdown or less that could have changed their season. Alabama, Tennessee, and Ole Miss. They have 6 returners on offense, including their quarterback, 3 offensive linemen, a running back, and a receiver. They do lose one of the most exciting players in the country in Smith, their big play receiver at receiver. And in the return game, he'll be hard to replace because he was so dynamic. Have 4 defensive starters returning as well. Quarterback Connor Wigman will be the guy to take over the job this season. He played in 4 games last season. He passed for just under 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Amari Daniels is the top running back who is returning. Also have a couple of veteran wide receivers that they can count on in Ja'Day Walker and Noah Thomas. Defensively, the Aggies lost 3 of their defensive linemen, both of their safeties, and also, of course, their outstanding linebacker, edge rusher, Edgerton Cooper. Linebacker Tarian York is back. He had 74 tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss last season. They did average 33 points per game last season, so their offense was still cooking, but they allowed only 22 points per game. Again, they had good numbers there, but those close losses kept them. Imagine those 3 tough losses they had, turn those around to victories. You got an entirely different story. So it wasn't a bad team at Texas A&M last season. They just couldn't win the close ball games. Also, one area that they'll need to improve, the red zone touchdowns, only 36 of 61, 59% scoring touchdowns in the red zone when they got down there. Interesting that Elko, of course, Riley Leonard was his outstanding quarterback at Duke, and Leonard transferred to Notre Dame. And who does Elko face in his first game as the head coach of the Aggies? Notre Dame at home. So he'll be facing his old quarterback. And the Aggies will come to Columbia to face the Gamecocks on November the 2nd. And they will host Texas on November 30th, as because of the arrival of Texas in the SEC, we get the renewal of that great in-state rivalry between the Longhorns and the Aggies. So feeling is here that Texas A&M made a great hire in Mike Elko, that this team is not that far off from being extremely competitive, and that with his approach and his philosophies and his coaching style, I would imagine that Texas A&M is going to be right in the middle of the pack, maybe a notch or 2 above, probably not in contention for a league championship, but maybe going to finish up in the top 5 or 6 in his first season in College Station as the head coach.